Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a page in this book here, Friendship, Vintage Grayscale Art by Rachel Mintz. And I'm going to do this little picture here. I just thought it was cute and I wanted to do something, take my mind off of everything else. And I pulled out a cream colored polychromo and I just started to just lightly put down some color here on her skirt in a cream color. Kind of like the polychromos in this book. They're transparent enough to go over all the gray lines, yet still leave all the details in here, which is really cute. And poof. You could leave it at that if you wanted to. I'm also going to put some of this in the basket. Just kind of lightly go over it. That'll be our lightest color and it won't have any white in it then. Don't forget the inside of the basket. I think we are full of grapes, I'm going to say. Looks like a grapevine. Okay, up and around this area. And we can even put some of that in the grapevine itself. Boom, 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 boom. Just get some color in there. Okay. Now the top of her dress, I have to look a little closer because she's got her apron on here. And either her apron goes all the way up or it doesn't. And I can't tell. So it looks like the eyelet comes up to here, which would be her apron. And then this little bow here matches the bow on her hat. So I'm going to make this little area here, which could be the shirt portion of her dress, that color. Okay. Let's see, we're going to do these little flowers with a little cream in them. And her hat's going to have a little cream in it too. There we go. These little flowers down here. And then we'll leave the rest of that. Okay. Now we're going to go into different colors here. I'm going to bring a little bit of medium flesh in here. And I'm going to do the striping of her dress. We have little stripes. And we're going to put those in. And we'll put a little of that up in here. And we're going to throw a little of that up in the hat. And throw a little in as a shadow too. Just like that. Okay. No, not going to put pink in there. We need a tannish color to go into our basket. Pulling out some burnt ochre. And we're going to go around, kind of missing some areas so that the cream will show up still, so kind of in the dark areas and pulling it out. There's a lighter piece that comes up in these areas and we're going to go dark on each side of that, leaving that light. And anywhere else there might be a dark area. We're going to put many layers on this, so we're just kind of mapping out some shadows and leaving some highlights. And we'll throw some of that in that tree too. It's not really a tree, I guess it's a vine. Okay, I'm going to throw a little of that in the shadow area back here on her little skirt. And a little right underneath that tie. Kind of going around the edge on her eyelet, just to give some color on it. And we'll go down here and give this one some. Leaving some white spots. And we'll go up in her hat. It's going to make it kind of a straw hat. Okay, I'm going to get a deeper brown. What do we got? Burnt sienna. Put some of that up in the hat. In the basket. To get that side the darkest. It's in the shadow more. Okay, get a darker color still. We're going to go in with a walnut brown. Going to get that nice and dark on that edge. Down here in the grass, darken up some of those areas even more. Okay, we're going to take our cream and go back over this. Just kind of bring it over everybody. Especially on this side where we want it lighter. Just make sure we have a highlight there. And back over her skirt area. Pick some of this walnut up into her hat. Kind of put a shadow underneath all those flowers and darken the edges. We want to darken under the rim. And just take it right up that line. Okay. We're going to bring in some green gold. And then we're going to put it in here. Kind of brighten this up a little bit. Just bring that up the vine. And there we have a nice variation of color in there. Take in another brown. This one is the Dyck Brown. And again, in the darker areas that you want to keep nice and dark, just run that around. Could go over all the colors that you've already put down. Darken the back side of this branch here that comes up. So any part that's underneath. Put a little of that in her shadow back here too. And right where this, I don't know what this is, a little curly Q that's coming down, we're just going to very lightly go over that and darken it up a little bit. Okay, up in the hat too. And go down in here, darken these areas. There's a grape sticking out there. We don't want to lose that little guy. Gotta keep him in there. Okay. Darken the side of these little guys that are going upwards so you can see them a little better. Put one in where there isn't one. All right. I'm going to get some purple on these little guys here. It depends on how purple we want our grapes, but I want them purple. Let's see here, what do we got? We got violet blue and manganese violet. So we'll start with that one. All these are going to be some color on. So I'm going to do light color on a couple of these and darker colors on another. Give it a little variation. So you kind of go all over everybody here. And then we have them going up the branches. I can get down a little closer for those. They're tiny. I'm just going to make little round circles. Some of these aren't even circles, they're just like globs, so we're just going to make them circles. Okay, then we're going to bring in the violet, the blue violet color, and we're going to do some of them nice and dark. Okay, going up here. There. Okay, we're going to pull in a white and we're going to go over all the highlighted areas. White or an ivory, doesn't really make any difference. What do we got? Ivory here. Let's see. Just going to go over the whole little grape. Okay, so you just put it down and go over it. Even if it doesn't have any color on it, you want to make sure you get some of this. Okay, and that highlights them a little and tells me what I missed. And then up here. Okay. And if you like, you can go back over them with a nice light coating of a lighter violet. tell you what this one is. It's just violet. I don't know if I told you the color. And I'm just going over it lightly. Some areas I'll darken it up, like right next to that vine. We want that a little darker. But the other ones I'm just running it around in there. Light coating. So it looks purple, but still has some kind of depth in it. Boy, this looks a little different from my end than it does on your end. Looks a lot lighter on my page. I'm going to bring back in the medium flesh color here, and I'm going to go around the bottom of her skirt. Okay, and I'm going to touch that eyelet with it. I'm going to touch it up here too. And right down there. I'm going to shadow that a little bit more. Bring it up here. Okay. And then I'm going to put it right on that line, and then there's a line up here. I'm going to put it on both of those and kind of shadow it down into the cream color. Okay. Gotta do green leaves. I know I have not done the bunny yet. We will get there. I think try the flowers here. Put a little of that in there. And we'll bring that down here onto these. Okay. I think I will throw a little bit of that color into this basket. There we go. A little up here in the hat. Or I was going to throw a little on her cheek, but I think I'll do that later. Bring it in a nice soft green. What do we have here? Earth green. And we're going to throw a little of this in the plant leaves here. Just going to use the darker parts as our shadows that are here. This one doesn't have a leaf, okay. And then we'll just put some up here, very lightly. Darker leaves get a little more color. Oh, very loud car. Sorry about that. I think that's a bee. It's got little antennas, little striping going on, and I guess there's one over here and one there. Okay, I'm going to darken this side of these leaves a little bit more. Gives you a hint of the green color. And let's see. That'll be too bright. Another kind of muted green. This is olive green yellowish. Go on the outside and just kind of trace them around. They're not very detailed, and you can keep them that way. These are more detailed here, so you can trace over those lines. And pull some up into that vine too. You can throw some of that into the little grapes themselves too. I really want these nice and soft though. Okay. Then just going to put a little green in this one. All right. Kind of liking that look. Nice and soft. We're going to have to figure out her bow too. We're going to throw some grass down here. I'm just going to put some green down in this area. This is the olive green that I was using before. Just kind of lay it down a little bit. All right. Let's see. Bumblebees. I'll need a yellow in there. Just a touch. Let's see, we brought out the Naples Yellow. We're just going to put in their little stripes here a little yellow. They're there. You know they're there. But they're not going to be too prominent on the page. Well, a little black. Oh boy, we got to sharpen that a little sharper than that, or I won't get a line in there. There we go. We're just gonna touch in a little black on there too. You can kind of give them a little bit more of a wing because you can't really see them. And their little antenna. I mean, they're tiny, but there we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to darken up her eye a bit. And her little nosy is there somewhere. Okay. I guess I could do her little bow in purples or pink, purple and pink. I'll keep it muted, so do I have a lavender type color here? Looking, hold on a second. Okay, I couldn't find the lilac, so we're just going to go in with the violet here, and we're going to shade in the base color of the ribbon. Okay. So very lightly put it in, darken it down here, go into your little lines that it had for you, and darken those up a bit. And then we'll go up here and darken this area. Okay, and then we'll do her little bow down here. Kind of darken it under her chin and bring it down. I think there's a little bit of it right there too. Okay, we're going to bring in the blue violet here. Darken up those little curls a little bit more. Oh, another bee over here. little yellow, and a little black. There we go. See, more little bees. Those are hard to see. Okay, I'm going to bring in our cream, and we're going to go in bring in a little bit of highlight in the bows. Kind of adding it everywhere. Oh, there's a part of a bow back here too. Touch that with a little bit of purple. Okay. So far so good. All right, we're gonna get on with the bunny now. And I'm gonna try to make her as soft as the rest of the page. I brought in some antique linen, which I think would be a nice color. I have a tea stain. I just bought this. If you're wondering why it looks different, Ranger does these on his UK tints, I believe. I've got a couple of them that look like this, that don't look like this. Newer, I guess. I don't know. But I know they used to do this for the European brand. So I have that. I have a little bit of vintage photo, a little bit of walnut stain, and I thought I had out the gathered twigs. I also have some brushed corduroy. I don't know which ones I'll use, but I'm going to do her as a brown bunny. And we're going to start off with our lightest color, which is the antique linen. And I'm going to see how light we are here. Yeah, it'll work. Okay, we're going to go around her little cheek here. I'm just inking up that little teeny tiny corner of the pad. I don't even know if you can see how much ink is on there. It's very little, and I'm going to put that right on that little line right there and kind of twist it so it'll go up the side of her cheek. Okay, just to get some color on there. We're going to do that again right from her eye and down this side, and just get some ink on there. Okay, going to go up from her eye here and around. And on the little part of her little face there, right under her nose. Okay, and we're going to put a little here on her arm. And this little arm, because we have two little arms. We can also throw a little of that right in our basket. Okay, lid on that so we don't forget what color that is. I'm going to go into the tea dye. Same pad, ink up that same portion. It's going to ink up there. We're going to put this under her eye and pull it down. Just like that. And we'll get a little on her cheek and around the top of her eye. And around this side of her cheek. And I'm twisting the brush. Okay, a little more of the shadow under here, and we'll start shadowing this arm. All right. Now, if we want, we can go in with a, wow, that is got a lot of ink in it. Right under here. A little more right in here. want to get her nose up here really dark, and then her eye, and going around here. Okay. Now we're going to go into, we've got a little brushed corduroy in here. It's a browner color. We're going to go up her little darkness here and kind of pull that out underneath her hat. Okay, right down her nose here, under her little chin, and again under this side of her chin. And we'll put a little more of that down under this arm on her hand. Okay, and we're going to get her ear with this. Okay. My cat wants my attention. He is scratching the wall. I think her little tail could be a dark color too, so we're going to darken that. Okay, let's see. I think this little area up here needs a little more color. All right, so that was brushed concord and tea. Oh, I'm sorry, I got cat hair now. We're going to throw a little of that corduroy that I used right in the basket here too. And right up her dress area. I want to keep all the colors coming into the page, so keep them a little coherent. Like her ear. Okay, we're gonna ditch the rest of that ink because I think she's turning out really cute. I'm going to put in some of the cream around her little nose area here, and then we'll work on her eye a little more and just add a touch of green down here. So we're just going to rub that right in this area. Any place you want to add a little bit more lightness here. And that's all I'm doing. Helping to blend that in a little bit. I'm going to run some of that out into the other page, or the other color here. We're defining it and giving it a little fluff. Same here, we're going to add it in right in there. So we have a little fluff coming in. All right, we're going to pull in some of that darker brown, burnt sienna here. We're going to add it right under her eye. And right in that corner. Just going to brighten her eye up a little bit. We're going to add some down here under her lip to bring that out. And just a little right up here to her nose. Okay, pull a couple of those out his hair. And do that around this cheek too. Throw some in the ear. I think this is her other ear, so we'll add some of that color in here too. And we're going to darken this area up a little bit. Okay. Bring in the walnut brown and really darken that area up. Pull some of that in around her eye. In her ears again. Okay. I'm really liking that. We have to do something with her teeth. They should be kind of white, right? So we'll pull a little white in here. And her tongue should be pink, so we'll pull in the medium flesh we had. And just a little touch there. A little touch in her nose. A little black. Where's black? On this back ear, because it's in the shadow. It needs to look like an ear. A little of that up here in this fluffy area. In here. Tiny little fluffs. Darken that part of the eye a little more. Then we'll bring in a little fluff around here. Okay, just give that a little rub. Blend that around a little bit. And I like that. Just a tiny bit of Posca in here. Let's find one that works, shall we? And I'm going to add just a tiny bit of a green down here, but I want it quite muted. So while I'm shaking this up and digging in my drawer, find the right green. I want peeled paint. I do have an olive, but I don't know what the olive would do. I think it's kind of a yellow. It's crushed olive. Yeah, that's kind of more yellow than I wanted. That's the crushed olive color. I'll just dab it in there. That makes it green. You can throw that in the leaves too. Just the little ones, not the ones up on top. Just a kind of a little dab here and there. And that'll brighten up those leaves a little bit. It's really hard to get up to those. Just a little touch. The biggest ones. And we have some leaves in the hat in there somewhere. So we'll put that in there. Okay, that worked. Let's see, Posca. Did I grab the only one that doesn't work? Okay, we're going to go inside here. Make that a nice big circle. This one here, and we'll put a little one over on that side. Okay, we're going to put a couple little dots on her nose. Then we'll go around. I like it the way it looks. I'm going to put little dots just here in that work and up here. And we'll put a little dot here and there on some of these grapes. And we'll do something with the flower centers. I don't know what we want to do with those. We have, let's see, light flesh. I'm going to go in there, pull that out into the flower a little bit more, and then do the dark in the center. Put a little more green in this one here. Throw a little of that in the basket too. There we go. I'm going to take the medium flesh and knock back these dots just a little bit. They'll still be there, but up here in the shadow they shouldn't be so bright. Then we're going to take a what are you? The burnt ochre. We're just going to go around the ruffle here. Give it a little shadow. The outside of it. And there we go. I think that's really cute. Darken that one up just a bit. I'm going to darken up these whiskers, pull them out. Got some on this side. And there we go. Cute little bunny. And I'll take a picture of it and leave it at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.